Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shegun Williams, and for your viewing pleasure, you know him, you love him, put your hands together, make some noise for Dr. Njakire Dameji.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Dameji. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City.
Yes. New York City is so great that our greatest export is now rocking Europe.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? For those who do not know, if New York were to be a country, it would be the 12th largest economy in the world.
Wow.
With 1.5 trillion in GDP. Now, remind me again, what was the GDP that Nigeria made to become the largest economy in Africa? what GDP? Anyway, when I talk of New York City exports, I'm not talking about apples or potatoes or onions or maple syrup or garbage. Sorry, I mean cabbage. No. When I talk of the greatest exports, I'm talking of Donald J. Trump. We exported him to President Trump has been traveling across Europe. He went to NATO meeting in Brussels. Did you see him there? Where he brushed off Prime Minister Theresa May of Britain and insulted the Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany.
Trump.
Take a look.
Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline.
Essentially, Trump called her the lapdog of Vladimir Putin of Russia.
Hey.
I know Putin's dog. She doesn't look like Putin's dog. No, she doesn't.
What does Putin do?
Look at it. Trump then visited the Queen of England, but not in London. No. He went to Windsor to get tips on how to be operate as his new title, the King of America.
Wow.
The Igwe of America. Now. Trump accomplished all these feats while his haters were in London making noise. Look at them.
Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear.
Look at them making noise. You see. Trump has a message for all you haters of Donald Trump. Take a look.
I'm a very stable genius.
This is my man. You see, whenever Trump went, he had the bravado that New Yorkers are known for. You know, watch.
Don't come to our country illegally. Come like other people do. Come legally.
This is it. This is our export. We're so proud of him. Even when he made the Queen of England, he showed that he wasn't impressed. Just like the Queen, Trump had several homes and palaces too, in Florida, in Washington D.C., in New York City, in New Jersey, even in Moscow. What? Didn't you hear about the golden shower that happened in the Moscow hotel? Now, after knocking down his NATO allies, Trump is heading to the most appropriate place of them all to meet his good friend. Trump will be where hell is sinking. That's Helsinki. To meet President Putin of Russia. He's going there. You see, after Trump leaves the world stage in 2024, when America is mentioned, this will be the reaction across the world. Take a look.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. You know, talking of leaders who, like Trump, are ahead of their colleagues, light years ahead. Tanzania's president, John Magufuli, you know him? He's mapping out a new path for his colleagues.
Wow.
Last week, his government arrested a senior opposition party leader, Julius Matiro, for insulting him. Yep. Guess what the man did? The man did not. He did not demand that the president should present his original GCE certificate. No. He did not demand that the president should present his certificate of National Youth Service. No, not that. The man just wrote on his Facebook page, who is the president? Really? That was it.
Shit.
How dare you? For doing so, police detained the man, saying that they found his phrase offensive to the president. Hey, can you imagine that? You think things are hard in your country? They searched his home for the secret magic device used to post the nonsense on social media. I'm not making it up. Look at the story. The police in Tanzania believe that there's a magic social media that they use, that some voodoo enhancement You know, they think that there is some social media Viagra that makes posts go viral. I'm telling you. You know, I tell you, Tanzania is on target to get its own Idi Amin Dada. The citizens of that quiet East African country are not used to having a Wako president. They're not used to that, so they are confused about what's going on. Meanwhile, the country that is used to Wako presidents, Uganda, is stepping up its antics. You know, President Yoweri Museveni has imposed a new social media tax on the people of Uganda. he said the people who post on social media are enriching foreign telecommunication companies without any benefit to Uganda's economy.
Wow.
The man is thinking, you know, smart man. So in Uganda, if you use Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Google Hangouts, YouTube, Skype, or Yahoo Messenger, whatever you use, you pay a daily tax of $0.05.
Wow.
That is 5 cents. In Ugandan currency, that is 200 shillings a day, which ends up at 6,000 a month.
Wow.
In a country where the current minimum wage is 6,000 shillings a month, you end up using 100% of your paycheck to pay tax for watching Dr. Damages in Uganda. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the funny part. President Museveni made the social media tax announcement on Facebook. That's 200 shillings. Yeah. Here is how he described those of you who use social media. The president said that social media is a luxury by those who are enjoying themselves or those who are malicious.
Wow.
All the moral reason are in favor of the tax. He added that Ugandan social media users were endlessly donating money to foreign companies.
Wow. Museveni the wise.
Through chatting or even lying. Lie? Do people lie on social media?
No.
Come on, Museveni. Come on. Museveni.
What the real and fake?
Museveni, come on. They don't lie. Okay, give them the rap.
You want another rub? You want another rub?
Yeah, I got a rap. Yes. You want another rap? Yes. You know the rap. You want another rap? Yes.
Yes.
You want another rap? You want another rap? Anyway, BBC reported that a group of Ugandan lawyers and journalists filed a petition against the new tax. They called it unconstitutional, and that is against what they call individual rights and freedoms. I can tell you, I see Idi Amin now laughing from heaven. So in his new home in heaven, wasn't he the one that said he will guarantee his people freedom of speech, but not freedom after speech? Was that was Idi Amin. That was Idi Amin. I tell you, the Nigerian government of Muhammadu Buhari will not mind adopting such a policy.
No.
Didn't they try that social media bill and the hate speech law? Where are those things? How did that? Whatever happened to those bills? Now, I heard that Lai Mohammed was talking about controlling fake news, which is another way of telling you. You know what I mean? It's another way of
you get your freedom of speech.
Now, I tell you, the Nigerian government, they have more important things to do right now. A man whose house is on fire does not go there start searching for fake WAEC certificates or fake NYSC exempt certificate. No, they don't do that. If your house is on fire, you pick what is more important, not the fake things. Now, you know the story. You already heard the story. You know, Nigeria's finance minister, Kemi Adeosun. You know, Auntie Kemi, Auntie Queen's English Kemi. He's in a hot soup.
What?
Yep.
What?
She skipped the mandatory national youth service. Yeah, she didn't do the program after graduating from the university in UK.
She has connections.
Oh yeah, she didn't go there. Now, that is not a crime in and of itself. But when she was looking for a job in Nigeria, she was required to present NYSC discharge certificates. Of course, she didn't have any because she didn't do it. So what did our Auntie Kemi do?
Oh no.
She went under the bridge, Lagos Bridge, to get an Oluwale certificate, stating that she was exempted from undergoing the national youth service.
Oh, Auntie.
See how people are. They won't do the national youth service, but gladly submit their certificates and credentials for the national shopping service. Nonsense. You know,
Rubbish.
you won't do the national youth service. You want national shopping service. The trouble with Auntie Kemi Amene One is that she is not in any way eligible for an exemption.
No.
She's not eligible. Premium Times has spent the last few days stripping the wrapper around the butt of our minister. I like that. I like that analogy. Sasha! Tweet that out. You know, under the category of Dr. Damage's modern proverbs. Because, you know, stripping the wrapper around her. You know what I mean? Now, so here are some of the differences between Auntie Kemi's exempt certificate and the real deal. Take a look.
Wow.
Different fronts, different typeface, different sizes, different serial number, even paragraphs, structure. Even the director who signed Kemi's certificate in September of 2009 was the man who left NYC in January of 2009. I say, haba, Auntie Kemi, haba. If you need help to get authentic forgers in Lagos, you should have consulted people like the people that worked for Bola Tinubu when he returned from University of Chicago. You remember when he returned? Or the former Speaker of the House of Rep, you know, Salisu Buhari, when he graduated from University of Toronto. Remember Why did you hire the same people who worked on President Muhammadu Buhari's WAEC certificate? Why? You know, who did this to us? Who did this to us? Kemi. Trust me, if we scream consistently for the next 6 months, Buhari will give Auntie Kemi the Bashar Lawal treatment. You know what I mean? Just quietly replace her and ask Bola Tinubu to recommend somebody else. You know what I mean? The problem is that the leadership of Nigeria's National Assembly. Wait a minute. Did I just say leadership? Shouldn't it be crookship? Is there anything like crookship? Leaders. Are they not crooks? I shouldn't call them leaders. You know, the problem is that they were blackmailing Auntie Kemi because she had fake certificates.
Oh my God!
Again and again, Auntie Kemi was just throwing money at them. A billion here, 10 billion there. Money that were not budgeted just to keep them quiet.
Are you serious?
It's open now. Kemi, see your life. Even though she speaks with that fake Queen's English,
You know?
don't expect her to resign. No. Our people may school abroad, but they don't learn such nonsense as resigning when they're embarrassed. No. In fact, the government has started building a defense for her. Did you hear that? Yeah. After refusing to answer Premium Times question since April of this year, requesting information, NYC officials came out last week to say, Auntie Kemi applied for an exemption. You know, clap for her at least, please. You know, it's not easy to apply for an exemption.
Okay.
Even when you're not qualified for it. It's not easy, you know. I guess that was how long it took them to cook up an application. You know, before you say he applied for an exemption, you have to have one.
Yeah.
In another 3 months, they will come up with why the certificate she sent to the government was fake. Was different from the one that the official NYC issued. They will come up with something. They are still thinking. They are busy. Everybody is thinking about it. Mind you, our almighty DSS, they vetted these certificates and credentials
DSS.
for 6 months.
DSS.
Still, Oluwole boys fooled them. Now, in Aso Rock, there is a fanatical search for a soft landing for Auntie Kemi. What do you think it should be? Can you suggest something for her where they should put her? No. You see, all I know is that she needs to refund all the money that she threw to the National Assembly. She has to. Because of the blackmail. That's where we have to start. Look at the story. Yeah, she was just giving the money. Anyhow, she has to refund that money. And then for her, whatever she got as salary for being a minister for 3 years. This is not 3 years. I think she should give it to Magic Fashion. To reform Magic Fashion needs to reform. Is it not reform Magic Fashion? Are we not working on that? You know, the way we have APC, reform the APC, reform Magic.
That's what you want to do.
Now, don't you hate it when boys are sent to do the job of a man?
Yeah.
Dino, I beg, come and entertain us, Joe.
Oh my oh my oh my oh my oh. When shall I see my hope PDP? When shall I see my PDP? I will never forget my
Dino.
Oh my home, oh my home, oh my home. When will I see my home? When will I see my 39? I never forget my home. Oh my home. Oh my home. This is the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing Kogi, West or South, who knows? I mean, I'm sorry for anybody, even anybody from Kogi. All of you, I'm sorry for you. This is your senator. Home, my home, home, my home, home, my home, home. That is the distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing Kogi, Senator Dino Melaya. You see, Dino recently rejoined the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria, PDP. Now, in an appearance at the mega party merger that saw 36 political parties join hands with the former ruling party, PDP, to save Nigeria. That's what they said. They are going to save Nigeria from Buhari. PDP, take a look.
The tax to bring back Nigeria is a tax of no retreat, no surrender.
The tax of bringing Nigeria back is a tax of no retreat or no
surrender.
Is it just me, or do you feel that Dino healed so quickly from that his movie stunts? You know, when he played a criminal, running away from the police. You know, remember that time? Yeah, that movie. Anyway, Dino has a point. Listen, watch.
If you speak the truth, you will die. For those who are still contemplating, if you join PDP, you will die. If you don't join, you will die. So it's better to join and die.
If you speak the truth,
you die.
If you don't speak the truth,
you die.
So you might as well speak the truth and die. You know, this is a quotable quote. Children, you know, talking about truth. Do you really want us to remember the truth, Dino? Do you want us to remember the truth about the PDP and those actors now who are changing their gowns? You want us to remember that? Okay. Let's get this old PDP guy to tell us.
If what I know, if what I have access to, others know, I assure you that General Buhari not only will lose election, but he will lose his deposit.
Mr. Oldman, with all due respect, tell us what you know. We are tired of tricks, just say it or zip your mouth, zip it. Talking about tricks, by the time you watch this show, Ekiti state governorship election must have taken place. No, it's not a trick. By the time you watch it, if you just check, the election is between those who want Governor Fayose back in Ekiti government house and those who want Buhari's governor Fayemi back in Ekiti government house.
Wow.
Whoever wins is going back to the house. Take a look.
If you marry two wives, you go know which one boy better. Fayose is the better wife. If they cook, they give husband food. You're not going to give her trouble. So you must bring back Fayose on Saturday.
The tension was so high that the police had to fire tear gas on the Oshokomole himself. Can you imagine this in your wildest dream? The Oshokomole himself. Look at him, man.
I don't have time for them. It is new life for things almost here. Let them bring INEC behind them, bring chief of army staff. I've had all their planning. You understand? But when you carry fire, the moment it comes in contact with water, that fire will die.
Oh, look. This is the Fayose that we know, the strong man. This is the one that we love. So what happened? How did he go from this to this?
I don't do this anymore. If anything happens to me, the Inspector General of Police should be held accountable.
How? I'm in pain. I'm in severe pain. Who is see this is my problem now. Who should I now vote for the best actor of the year? Is it Dino Melaya or Ayo Fayose? I don't know. I'm confused. Can you put the two?
I think Fayose.
There will be more. Maybe there will be more. Anyway, if I let you go to watch the World Cup final, I have a very tantalizing only in Africa story.
Tell us.
Now, a young lady, her name is Lillian Rukondo, is in trouble in Uganda for sharing a video of herself masturbating. Oh yeah. She is 23-year-old student of Uganda Christian University. Christian University. Now, unlike some Christians that I know, who wouldn't even acknowledge that they forged certificates when police... Okay, this is a long sentence. I don't like it. Unlike some Christians I know who wouldn't even acknowledge that they forged certificates. When police, I know, you know who I'm talking about. When police arrested Lillian and put her in prison, she pleaded guilty. She said she was the one with the cucumber.
Oh my God.
She was the one who pressed record on that camera.
Oh my God.
And that she was the one who shared the video.
Oh my God.
She did not say her Instagram account was hacked. That one of those things that Buhari's daughter used to say. She didn't do that. She was open. According to Ugandan media reports, Lillian was remanded in prison.
What?
Where she will stay until Friday to give the court a chance to watch the videos before judgment. No, this is only in Africa. The court needs 3 whole days to watch those videos. It is only 3 minutes and 20 something seconds video. Oh, okay, no, let me rephrase it. I was told that it's only 3 minutes and 20 something seconds. Because I don't want people to start having ideas unless you count the credits, when they were listing the credits. Now, as a matter of fact, the quality of the video was not great. And I guess she used a camera made in Aba. So nobody needs to watch it again and again and again, Now, here is what I don't understand in the whole story. Prosecutors are claiming that Lillian produced the video, shared it for the purposes of sexually arousing whoever watched it.
Wow.
I said, and so, is that why she was charged with 10 counts? You guys are smarter than me. Please, can you help me? What's the problem with that purpose? What's the problem with that? Now, as for the whistleblower who tipped the Ugandan Pornographic Control Committee, how do you even get a job there? Ugandan Pornographic Control Committee. As for you, the whistleblower, you tipped them to stop a girl that was rendering service to humanity. I say, God is watching you. God is watching you. With your Vaseline. Party poopers. We may have to take out this whole scrap. Party pooper. The next segment is called Retweet is Not
Endorsement.
This is where we look at a tweet and we try to retweet it but let you know that it's not an endorsement. So, President of the Nigerian Senate, Bukola Saraki, you know him,
Yes.
was acquitted of all charges by the Nigeria's Supreme Court last week. All of it. So here are the 2 tweets that President Muhammadu Buhari sent out in reaction to that judgment. He said, Senate President Saraki has persevered through what has no doubt been a tortuous judicial process. Look, that's Buhari writing. In the end, he has established his innocence. The highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, says he is not guilty as charged. This is exactly what I did in the 3 elections in which I contested before 2015. I was cheated and I went to court each time. A firm believer in the primacy of the rule of law.
Wow.
The 4th time God made it possible for me to be victorious.
Not Allah?
Yeah, and emerge as the president of Nigeria.
What?
This is my question. Establish his innocency. Bukola Saraki established his innocency.
What innocence?
Come on, Mr. President. Come on. You can respect the judgment of the Supreme Court, but you must not interpret that to mean that Saraki is innocent.
No.
Just be consistent, Mr. President. How could you say that Saraki is innocent? If you were cheated, Mr. President, the Supreme Court would have sided with you in those 3 times. You know what I mean? But they did not. You were not cheated, Mr. President.
No, you were not.
The Supreme Court said you lost.
You lost.
You lost. That's it.
Loser.
Did you understand what the president was? I don't understand what he was saying there. He was not consistent. This guy cannot be innocent and you were cheated. You know what I mean? Take one position. Nonsense. Here are some stories making headline news across Nigerian newspapers this week. I will punish politicians sponsoring violence, says Muhammadu Buhari.
Wow.
You know, we trust you, Buhari. Which should be the way you punish the former secretary to the federal government. David Bashar, and former director of NIA,
Yes.
and former pension reform chairman, and Mr. Abdul Rashid Minor. The same way he will punish them, and soon he will punish Antikemi. Nonsense. You think you believe that whatever you're saying? Oh, this one is from Buhari again. Those accusing me of condoning herdsmen killings are evil.
Wow.
You know what they call this in English? It's called righteous indignation.
Hey! Grammar be
That's we can translate it. It's things you say when you don't have anything to say. You can't accept responsibility for what is happening under your watch.
Hey!
You just make it like you are pissed off with everybody. You're better than everybody. Nonsense. That's rubbish. Oh, this is from your friend Femi Adesina. Yeah, he said in this interview that my daughter almost cried when she read about me on social media.
She almost cried.
I said almost.
Yes.
We are not your daughters, but we cry each time we see you on TV defending the government.
Yes.
We cry when we see what comes out of your mouth. We just cry, and your daughter is almost. Come on.
Almost.
Are you sure she loves you?
You have cried.
She should be crying every day. The fact that what you've done, you've caricature, you've turned into. Come on. Huh?
Nonsense.
There's life after this your position. Oh. I'm telling you, go and ask Ruben. Hey, this is a good one. You know the former professor who was kicked out of OAU. Oh yeah, he spoke. He said she sent me her nudes first. You know that the SACS professor, Akindele, Professor Akindele, yeah. He said that the lady sent her nudes to him first.
What?
Yeah, that's a new difference. No, you see, this is what I'm saying. There used to be a time when dismissed and disgraced meant that you go and hide yourself in shame. Not anymore. Yeah? Who did this to us? Okay, Mr. Pastor, your innocence depends solely on the folder where you save the notes. Did you save it on the desktop or as documents or as Sunday hymns? There's a folder. He saved it under Sunday hymns. So that will tell you he's not innocent because if people send you things that are normal things, you put it on your desktop like me. Everything's on my desktop, you know. But the guy went and hid it under Sunday hymns. That tells you that there is something going on.
Pastor Professor.
Nonsense.
Oh,
this one you like this one. I bring this one for you. One every week. I feed my 2 wives and 7 children with fraud money. Says fake police officer in his confession. The man confessed. Considering that he's a responsible man who is taking care of his family. What? The man married 2 wives now. How many wives do you have? Only one. Can you handle 2? No. So come on for a job. The man should be kind to him. I mean, they shouldn't be. He was taking care of 2 wives and 7 children. It's not easy. Even though no fake no fraud money. He was a fake police officer. So you should be kind to the man. You know, understand? It's not easy. It's not easy. How many husbands do you have?
He's trying to make a living.
You can't handle 1 wife. The man has 2. Respect. Nonsense. It's time for your
email.
It's time for your email. It's time for your
email.
Yeah, Tangerine. Wow. Tanjalo. You are very popular. People are writing me and they have questions. They're saying a lot of things. They said this is ripe. It's yellow.
What's
yellow. The tangerine. Yellow one. They said this one is easy to peel. You don't need a knife. This is what I'm getting in the email. I thought you read the email. Okay, read the email. Do we have emails today? Do we have emails today?
Every day.
All right, read the emails. You jam some of them.
Our first email is from Kevin in Kumbo, Cameroon.
Kumbo! You know Kevin, yeah?
He's not part of the one that they kidnapped.
No. That's our man in Cameroon. Yeah, he writes all the time.
And he writes, "Hello, Dr. Damages.
Yes.
Please help me with this. The president of Cameroon, President Paul Biya, has announced presidential elections on Sunday, the 7th of October, 2018.
Yeah, I had that.
Despite the political crisis in northwest and southwest of the country, how will politicians do their campaigns?
I don't know.
Or will it be door to door?
You see, thank you, my man, for the emails. I see your point. You know, I saw that decree. It was in a decree, and it shook me. You know, I wonder why France will not nudge their military to do to Paul Biya what they did to Zimbabwe's Robert Mugabe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, but if Paul Biya is not running, it may be the beginning of the healing that we need in Cameroon. I hope that is the case. But if he's running, then we have to continue the resistance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We have to, because that guy is the oldest president in Africa now.
Yes.
He got to that. He crossed that point.
They are our neighbors.
And they are our neighbors. You know, we cannot. If Nigeria is a serious country, Nigeria will say we cannot allow this nonsense to be happening near our borders. You know, but nonsense is happening in Nigeria too. Next.
Our second email is from Josephine in New York.
Josephine.
From outside. And she writes, "Dear Dr. Damages, thank you for the important role you play in fighting corruption and injustice in Nigeria."
I didn't know we do that.
Since
just sit down here.
Humble bragger. Since nobody cares about the lives of our people by allowing them to be slaughtered on a daily basis because of cows, we need to empower our people to boycott eating cow meat until further notice.
Thank you, Josephine, for your email. You know, I have seen some people pushing for this boycott of cow meat. I guess I know why it is not gaining traction. You see, the problem is not really about eating cow meat or not eating cow meat. I will tell you for the first time, because you don't hear this on all these other shows. As long as dowries in Isialangwa includes presenting a cow, and as long as funerals of the first daughters requires giving a cow to the daughter's family, the boycott will not work.
Wow.
People don't eat cow meat because they want it. They eat it because fish is too expensive.
Yes. So
except for that one that looks like python. You know, the fish that the skin looks like python. That's the one that is cheap. Yeah. If you can make fish cheap, people will forget about cow. But you can't say no fish, no cow. What would they eat? Mushroom?
Chicken.
Chicken is expensive too. Next.
Our final email.
I'm just warming up. When are we going to sit down? You just read the emails, like answering them. Okay, go ahead.
Our final email is from Dr. F.A. from Coventry,
my
UK.
fellow doctor. I like when doctors write. You have to be, when you read it, you have to be.
You have to sit
tight and respectful, because it's not easy. You're just a nurse. It's not when you go through medical school. Okay, let me not go there. Okay, read it with respect.
Okay. Good day, Dr. Damages.
Yes, it's Dr.
This show has been so good.
You see what I'm saying?
Also, I like the changes that have been going on. Our nurse's uniform is rough and not fine at all.
Didn't I say that?
I know.
I said it was fine, but it needs to be higher. But this doctor can see beyond me. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I won't say anything about that.
Go away.
It's with the dry cleaner anyway. So,
okay,
doctor, next time.
Yeah, I told you what to do. Put pictures, put your name tag, and draw some things. You know.
Where?
Somewhere that people will look. Next. No, I'm just saying, you know, what are you thinking? Okay, go ahead.
Although the nurse speaks so well, that sometimes I think she's from England.
Oh, really?
Wow. No, they think I'm from Akwanga. I'm from Akwanga. Wakanda. Yeah.
Personally, I believe the tempo has dropped in your program. You need to make it more interesting to look up to as it used to be. Just saying.
He's just saying.
Well done to the other members, like Sasha. She's so beautiful and so cute.
I've not seen her before.
I do hope someone like Shore or somebody wins the next election.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Efe. Thank you so much. If the tempo has dropped, it's because of the temperature in this place where we are.
So hot.
It's so hot. This New York City is so hot. You know what I mean? Now. Nurse, please tell him how hot this place is.
Doctor, I don't know if we should talk about that.
Because the noisemaker also has not been showing up here.
It's true.
Last week he went to a campaign. He didn't show up here. That's why the tempo is low.
Very soon,
today he's eating. He didn't. He just came in late.
He came late.
Nonsense. That's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to Dr. Damages at
gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
And on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
Here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book Eat, Pray and Love by Elizabeth Gilbert.
Wow.
And it says, my truth is not a condemnation of your truth. Can you think about it? My truth is not the condemnation of yours.
It's being diplomatic.
Yeah. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose
you yourself.
You're taking it back live.
So, this noisemaker. So let's talk about meat. Do you eat cow meat?
No, I eat salmon, I eat fish.
Excuse me.
It's nonsense and expensive.
This one
high maintenance.
High level. Not like nosiam. Not like tomato juice. Salmon. Not even tilapia.
No.
Not tilapia. No, salmon.
Yeah, just salmon and chicken.
I eat mushroom. I pretend it's meat. I pretend that it's me. Yeah, you can talk to him. Don't worry. Don't be afraid of him. Don't be afraid of him. You can talk back.
Because we don't talk back.
Talk back. I'm telling you, you have the power.
It's okay.
You can even tell him to walk out of this place. You like that one? Everybody, there's Buhari in all of them. All these people you are seeing, all these Nigerians, Buhari.